Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to another Let's Talk. And today, I'm going to be talking about being a family-friendly YouTuber. And I think that when a lot of people think of me, I think for a lot of people it's kind of the first thing that they think of. And so yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about what it's like being a family-friendly YouTuber and why I decided to be a family-friendly YouTuber. So a lot of you might know that I didn't always used to be one. I used to kind of make videos on whatever I wanted, you know, some adult topics, you know, some not. Basically, I used to not think about the people watching the videos. You know, I just made videos for the fun of making them, and, you know, I didn't really give a second thought to who was actually watching them. And as it happened, not many people were watching them anyway, so it never really seemed like a big deal. You know, I never was worried about being careful about what I did or what I said. But then when I started doing Minecraft videos and I started getting a bigger audience, and I also noticed that my audience was a lot younger than I expected it to be. Because you gotta remember, back when, before Minecraft came out on consoles, it really wasn't considered a children's game at all. It was really considered, you know, kind of a hardcore, you know, indie gamers game. You know, it was very not kind of kid friendly at all, you know, at that point. And really when it came out on consoles is, I think, when you know, it reached that wider audience, you know, which just so happened to be when I started making videos. So yeah, I soon noticed that a lot of children were watching, and as soon as I noticed that, I did like an immediate switch. And I've had like people come up to me and saying like, that was very clever, you know, making, you know, family-friendly videos, you get more people watching. And, you know, that wasn't the decision. The thing was, like, I just wouldn't feel comfortable, you know, putting out a video and, you know, be cursing and blinding in it and talking about whatever, you know, if I knew children were watching, you know, that would, you know, that I would feel bad because of that. And so that was the reason I decided to become a family-friendly YouTuber. And then kind of once I kind of got started, I think kind of the tone of just my videos in general changed. And I think I kind of went beyond just saying that my videos are safe, and I really was trying to make videos to cater to everyone. And by that, I'm not saying that, oh, now I was just making videos for young children. I don't think I was. I think that I was then, and am still now, trying to make videos for a very wide audience. You know, of course, I think some series, like probably like My Lovely World, is probably geared to the kind of the younger end of the audience, maybe. I know people of all ages watch it, but then like my Quest series with Squid, or Let's Talk, for example, is kind of reaching to a wide audience. And I think just because there's nothing inappropriate in the video doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's just for little kids. And I think that's where some people get confused between something being family friendly and something, you know, being for young children. I think you know, I don't only use short words, you know, like I'm not patronizing, you know, I just speak, you know, like the way I'd speak normally. So that's kind of my story to how I became being family friendly. But what I thought I'd talk about is kind of what is being family friendly, because I think a lot of people think it means that, oh, you don't swear and curse. You know, that's what it means, and you don't play violent games. Like, they're the things that you are, but it's not that. There's a lot more to it than that. It's not even just about the videos that you make. It's about who you are as a person. You know, what are you like when you go to events and when you're meeting fans? You know, what are you like on social media? You know, what's your banner on social media? You know, what's your logo? You know, what's your image? I guess it goes across everything. You know, are you tweeting about inappropriate things, you know, kind of separate to your videos? It really is everything. I guess you kind of have to consider yourself more of a role model if you're making family-friendly content, because, you know, if you're playing a game in a video and you keep losing and then you're just getting angry and then, you know, you start cheating, or yeah, I don't know, like you deal with situations badly or inappropriately, like even if you're not using any bad language, you know, it's still kind of setting a bad example. So I think being truly family friendly, you know, goes beyond saying, right, here's the tick box of things that I'm not doing. And of course, for a gaming YouTuber, one of the most important things is kind of what games are you playing? You know, are you playing, you know, child appropriate games? You know, there are some YouTubers who might deem themselves as being child friendly, you know, but they're playing, you know, adult games. And, you know, and if you're playing, I don't know, like GTA and Call of Duty or like Happy Wheels or something, like it doesn't matter what the actual video is. It doesn't matter the content of the video or what you say in the video. Even if you just have that game in the title and the thumbnail, you know, you're essentially advertising the game, because, you know, a lot of people are looking up to YouTubers, and if they see, you know, their favorite YouTuber playing a game, you know, it makes them want to advertise the game. And so if you're playing these games, you're essentially, you know, advertising these R-rated games, you know, to children. You know, no matter what you say in the video, that's kind of comes, you know, secondary. So I think that you know, if you are looking to be a YouTuber and you are trying to make family-friendly content, you know, you kind of have to commit. It's a really hard thing to kind of be on the fence on, to be, you know, I'm pretty much kid-friendly, but sometimes I play this, or, you know, my videos are kid-friendly, but sometimes on Twitter I tweet about, you know, these things, or I tweet about, you know, this violent TV show or something. You know, it's hard to be on that middle line, because I'm not saying that being, you know, not being a family-friendly YouTuber is bad, because one of the amazing things about YouTube is that there is very little censorship. People can kind of do and say what they want, and I think that's good. I think that's good for creativity. I think that's good for kind of the world as a whole, you know, because, you know, television is quite like, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. It's quite tight, I guess. You know, there's lots of layers you got to go through before something gets broadcast. There's lots of censorship, and I think a lot of like the messages get diluted. But on YouTube, you know, anyone can, you know, grab their phone, record a video and upload it, and then everyone can see it. And because of that, you know, people are talking about whatever they want. And so I'm not saying that people should be censored more. I'm just saying that, you know, if you're advertising yourself as a family-friendly YouTuber, you have to commit to being that. And, you know, you can't be almost one but doing other bad things. But then, you know, the other side of the spectrum is the people that have no interest in making family-friendly content, and they want to make, you know, adult videos for adults, you know, which is also fine. But the problem is, you know, a YouTuber could set out to make videos for adults, you know, and they could be violent, they could be vulgar, they can have whatever they want in them, you know, they're allowed to do what they want. But the problem is they don't control the audience. They don't know who's going to end up watching them. And a lot of these YouTubers that are intending to make videos for adults, you know, are ending up with a lot of children watching. And that's not the YouTuber's fault, because they can't control that. You know, as I said, they shouldn't be censored. They should be allowed to do, you know, whatever they want on YouTube within reason, you know, and you can't really blame the parents. You know, it's easy to say, oh, well, the parents should control what children watch, but that's, you know, that doesn't work. You know, like, it's, parents can't watch 24/7, you know, children can go around friends' house, you know, if the content's there and people want to see it, you know, they're going to be able to see it. So it's kind of like this, moral gray area where it's kind of like, can the YouTube accept that they know kids are going to be watching? You know, they're making videos for adults, but, you know, in the back of their head, they know that they have a large audience of children, and it's, you know, are they okay with that? You know, can they live with that, basically? That's kind of the kind of interesting point. And, you know, I decided that I couldn't. You know, I realized that if I know that there are, you know, even just a few children watching, you know, I know that, you know, I want to be sending a good message, you know, and I guess it's up to the YouTubers themselves to decide exactly what it is that they, you know, what they want to do. And yeah, it's an interesting topic, and it's going to be interesting to see in the future how things develop, and is there going to be more censorship? Obviously, there's YouTube Kids that has come out, which is supposed to be all child safe content on that platform, but I'm noticing that, you know, most YouTubers don't use, you know, the parental block feature. You know, if there's a video which isn't child friendly, you know, a lot of people are kind of just leaving it open. Is that right? Is that wrong? And I'm not saying whether anything's right or anything's wrong. You know, I kind of do YouTube my way, and everyone else can do YouTube, you know, whatever way they want to do. But I think it is an interesting topic to start a conversation about. So yeah, you've heard what our thought. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So of course, feel free to leave comments down below, and yeah, let me know what you think on the topic. And if you're a YouTuber as well, I'd love to hear what you think as well, because you're probably a little bit more involved in this if you're a YouTuber as well. But sadly, that is the end of this week's Let's Talk. There should be another one coming up next week. Of course, remember to leave suggestions for anything else in particular you'd like me to talk about. But for now, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.